Coming up on Cedar Valley today, construction crews wind down on the 2017 Bremer Avenue construction.
A Wartburg student receives a big scholarship.
And a returning Knight football star cherishes his final season in orange and black. This is Cedar Valley Today. Good morning and welcome to Cedar Valley Today. I'm Tyler French.
And I'm Josh Voigt.
The Bremer Avenue construction project is almost done, at least for this year. Cedar Valley Today's John Mowinkle tells us more about an ongoing effort to improve the main highway through town.
The ongoing Bremer Avenue construction project has many Waverly residents wondering how much is left or how much longer. Waverly Economic Development Director Bill Werger has the simple answer.
Well, it's scheduled to be a 2-year project, and whether they get done this year or not is still, they're still hopeful, but weather could change things, and that's the difficulty when you're doing this kind of a project.
The goal is to be done by the end of 2018, but there are variables that could potentially push it back.
They have contingencies to get ready for winter. If they couldn't finish, they would put asphalt down instead of concrete in certain lanes, and then go ahead and use it over the winter and then start that right away in the spring to finish it up.
The project is divided into 6 phases, and Phase 3 has just been completed.
Phase 1, 1 and 2 were actually in the downtown area around the bridge. So they're on both sides of the bridge, 1.5 blocks. And then they went out and they did Phase 3, which is out in the west end, which is from 20th all the way down to Casey's.
When people drive along the road, they will notice a trench that stretches the length of the entire construction zone. And this goes to show that the project involves more than just the roadway.
While the road is being completely removed and reinstalled, we're taking and putting in new water mains down both sides of the highway or the road. And we used to have only one side on the north side, and so all the water services went underneath the road to get to the north side, which meant if you had to replace a water service, you would have to cut into the street.
The 2017 portion of the construction is expected to wrap up by September 30th and will resume in the spring. Reporting for Cedar Valley Today, I'm John Mowinkle.
Including maps of the construction zones, visit the Bremer County, Iowa website.
A new business has opened its doors in downtown Waverly. Cedar Valley Today's Alyssa Edwards has more on how they are already benefiting the community.
Partially Picked Boutique in Waverly, Iowa had its opening day in June, and the business is already making strides to help the community grow.
Well, I live in the community, and so I always try to think about how I can take my dollars and support someone local, and I think it improves our own community. It improves, it makes it better for everybody across the board. That's why Waverly has seen the growth that they have, and we're actually really excited to be a big part of that.
I believe it's important to shop local because if someone like Michaela is in business, or a lot of these businesses downtown, they're an individual that owns that. It's not a corporation. So you're supplying more business to the people who actually live in your community and rely on that. So it just makes the whole community better.
So, as you've heard from Michaela, it is so important to shop locally. As you can see, Partially Picked Boutique has just opened up, and they have done so much already for community. They've reached out to Wartburg and are working with Wartburg students, and along with that, they are reaching out to other local businesses and having them come here and do special events. If you'd like more information, check out the local Waverly Chamber of Commerce. Now, as November is approaching and Black Friday is here, don't forget to shop local. Reporting for Cedar Valley Today, I'm Alyssa Edwards.
It is great to see different local businesses not only growing themselves, but also helping the community grow. Like Alyssa had mentioned, for more information, visit the Waverly Chamber of Commerce website. Well, seeing as it's a pretty warm day, it's been warm days for the past couple of days, we're now going to turn over to Tyler to look at the 4-day forecast. Over to you, Tyler.
Thanks, Josh. It's going to be a hot one today with a high of 91 degrees, and expect temperatures like that to continue throughout the weekend. It's a beautiful type of weather to go out and get some tailgating done for the Iowa-Penn State game going on tomorrow night. We'll have more on that coming up later in the show. So some great football matchups this weekend. Perfect weather for that. Could expect some storms at the beginning of next week, but it should be working out pretty well with some high temperatures, as even though it's the first day of fall officially, we still have some summer weather going on.
For one Wartburg student, hard work and passion have paid off. Ellie Gedent was awarded the first Phyllis Willis Scholarship. Willis was an environmentalist and one of the co-founders of Neiman Ranch. Gedent was eligible for the scholarship because her parents raised pork for Neiman Ranch. She plans to use the $10,000 scholarship to fund her education.
And due to my interest and passion in environmental science and conservation and sustainability, they said they could just really read my passion when they were going through my essay and knew I was a great fit.
Wartburg College is an official sponsor for the 2017 Latino Heritage Festival in Des Moines. The festival is this weekend. This annual festival began in 2002 to showcase the positive things Latino people bring to their communities. The Latino Heritage Festival is the largest ethnic event in Iowa.
One of the nation's largest pharmacies is making it harder to get opioids. CVS announced Thursday that it'll limit opioid prescriptions in an attempt to fight the epidemic of overdoses. The company's prescription drug management division, CVS Caremark, will limit opioid supplies to 7 days for new patients with acute conditions. Pharmacists will ask doctors to revise their prescriptions when they appear to offer more pills. CVS will also cap daily dosages and only fill versions of the drugs that work for shorter time frames. Almost 90 million people use CVS Caremark to fill their prescriptions.
Taking a break from your diet could help you lose weight and keep it off. This is according to a small study from the University of Tasmania. They had a group of guys cut calories for 2 weeks, then ditch their diet for another 2 weeks. After 4 months of that on-off cycle, that group lost nearly 50% more weight than men who dieted steadily for the same amount of time. The researchers think that cycle could help you avoid weight loss plateaus.
A new study found that increased exposure to fluoride while pregnant may be linked to a lower IQ in children. The study looked at mothers and children in Mexico, measuring prenatal fluoride exposure and testing the children's mental development. It found a drop in scores on intelligence tests with increased fluoride exposure. Roughly 75% of Americans are exposed to fluoride added to public water to improve dental health.
About 2 million Americans become infected every year by bacteria that have some level of resistance to antibiotics. More than 20,000 people die from these infections. A new report says there aren't enough new antibiotics being made to fight the threat. CNN's Kim Hutcherson has more in today's Health Minute.
A report from the World Health Organization says there aren't enough new antibiotics being created to fight infections that are resistant to multiple drugs. Some commonly used antibiotics become less effective or ineffective over time, making treatment more difficult and more expensive. The report says that as of May, just 51 new antibiotics were in development. Only 33 of those target priority pathogens, the bacteria that pose the greatest threat to human health. And of those 33 potential medicines, only 8 are really new. The rest are simple modifications to existing drugs. The WHO report also says that because the development process is very slow, it's likely drug resistance will develop more quickly than new drugs are approved. The World Health Organization has set up a partnership to address the problem. It's also working to improve infection control and developing guidance for healthcare professionals on the responsible use of antibiotics. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
After the break, see how one of Wartburg's wide receivers is spending his last season as a Knight.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words. calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
The Knights charge ahead with great leadership from one of their senior receivers. The Wartburg football team is off to a 2-0 start this year thanks in no small part to senior receiver Riley Brockway. This week, I got the chance to sit down and learn more about the star wideout. Riley Brockway has been a member of the Wartburg Knights varsity football team for 4 seasons. And when he looks back at his football career, some of his favorite moments are just being with the team.
Going out every day and just being with my brothers, man, just going out, practicing. You know, I think practice is something that, you know, you take for granted when you're in your middle years of college football, but, you know, when it's towards your end, you just take every day as a blessing.
Now a senior, Brockway has had time to reflect on his time at Wartburg and says even things like practice have become more special to him as he's gone on. He's even earned some praise from head coach Rick Willis, who says having a player like Brockway is great because he's a hard worker who always does things the right way.
Well, when you have players like that, it gives you confidence as a coach. You know that you're going to have guys that show up and are ready to go every day and that are capable of doing everything you want them to do.
Last season, Brockway led the Knights in catches with 59 and was honored at the end of the season with a pair of second-team all-conference selections, one as a receiver and the other as a kick returner. Brockway believes he has grown both as a person and as a player for the Knights and is grateful for both his experience and for the people around him.
Some of my best friends ever that I'm ever going to have are on this football team, so just the pleasure I get to go out with those guys every Saturday, and then everyone from the coaching staff to the trainers just working with me every day. You know, the coaching staff bringing me in here, believing in me.
Reporting for Cedar Valley Today, I'm Tyler French. The Knights return to the field tomorrow as they welcome the Wash U Bears to Walson Hoover Stadium. The game will begin at 1 p.m. and you can catch it on Night Vision.
The brand new Hawkeye Community College men's cross-country team is off to a racing first season. The men took second place at the Simpson Invite on September 1st. This week, the Red Tails were ranked 17th in the nation in the NJCCA National Coaches Poll.
Tonight was the final home game of the expedition season for the Waterloo Blackhawks. The Blackhawks go up against the Cedar Rapids Rough Riders at 7 p.m. in Young Arena. Tickets for the game cost $10 and can be purchased at 319-232-3444. The regular season starts on October 14th for the Hawks.
Tomorrow, boys and girls aged 8 to 18 are invited to audition for The Nutcracker. Auditions are at the Gallagher Blue Dawn Performing Arts Center from 9 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Roles needed include young Clara, gingerbread cookies, carolers, and more. Pre-registration is required and available online.
Last spring, 3 University of Northern Iowa students created a modern cross-cultural fashion line for a class project. April Torney, Madeline Meyer, and Vivara Korkina created the line based on clothing found in the tundra of Russia. The group made a total of 5 pieces of clothing and spent about 50 hours making them.
The Waterloo Public Library will host a $4 a bag book sale tomorrow. The sale is open to the public from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. All proceeds benefit library events and programming. The book sale will be located in the basement of the Waterloo Public Library.
On Monday, the Cedar Falls Library will host an inclusive panel from 7 to 8 p.m. LGBTQ+ residents will share their stories and answer questions about life in the Cedar Valley. This panel will be moderated by UNI LGBT Center staff. When we come back, we look at what's trending in the Cedar Valley.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Here's what's trending in the Cedar Valley. Today is National Ice Cream Cone Day, and the Quarters at Cedar Falls is trying to help celebrate. The student apartments complex will be having ice cream in their clubhouse today from 2 to 5 p.m. They are welcoming people to attend and then spend some time in the pool. High temperatures are expected today, so it would be a great opportunity to cool down. Iowa hosts number 4 Penn State this weekend for what promises to be an electric night at Kinnick Stadium. As of Wednesday afternoon, there are still 4,000 tickets available. So if you would like to be at the stadium, be sure to check for available tickets. Kickoff will be at 6:42 p.m. on ABC. The City of Waverly is holding its annual Fall Fest retail event. Merchants around Waverly have stocked up with fall fashion trends, seasonal home decor, and fall accessories. The event will begin today at 9 a.m. and will continue until Saturday at 5 p.m. It'll take place at the Waverly Chamber of Commerce and admission is free. KCRG TV is hosting a Step Up for Down Syndrome 5K run and walk on Sunday morning. Everyone getting involved is encouraged to start their own fundraising team and register to walk for the same team. The walk begins at 9 a.m. Now we take a look at your local weather. Tyler, what's it look like?
Well, thanks, Josh. Like we said, it's going to be a hot one today, starting at 9 a.m. and throughout the day. Temperatures continue to increase. 76 the high early on, and then 86, 90 as we continue to grow by 3 hours. Later into the evening, we're going to see it start to cool down a little bit as it hits 87, and then finally, when we get to 9 p.m., it's going to be a low of 78, but a high of 82. So still, it's going to be a humid weather and a lot of heat there later tonight. Now looking at our 7-day forecast, like I said earlier, it's going to be a very humid and hot weekend. 91 degrees is the high today, 90 on Saturday, and 88 on Sunday. Monday, it's going to start to cool down with a little bit of storms in the forecast. 83 is the high, 61 the low on Monday. Tuesday, it's going to drop down even further. 68 degrees the high, 49 the low. Showers expected for both days. And then as we look at the final 2 days, temperature is going to hold there at the same time. 67 is the high on Wednesday, low is 48, and then 69 is the high with 48 degrees as the low on Thursday. A lot of sunshine expected on Thursday, so it should be a good weekend as temperatures start to cool down as we move further into the fall weather. After the break, we sit down with Andrew Collar to discuss Waverly's upcoming event, Oktoberfest.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
Waverly's Oktoberfest is this weekend, and to discuss it with me this morning is Andrew Kaler, who is on the Oktoberfest committee. Andrew, good morning.
Morning.
So, to start off with, when did Oktoberfest start? When did Waverly's Oktoberfest first happen?
This is the second annual, so last year was the first year. We had a couple problems because there was some flooding last year, so we actually had to move the site from Coleman Park to downtown Waverly.
And this year it's going to be back at Coleman Park?
Actually, this year it's still downtown Waverly, right behind Cobblestone, the hotel there.
Okay.
We're going to keep it there for one more year, and then next year we'll be moving it to Coleman
All
Park.
right. So how much is admissions for this year?
So admission is $10, and that gets you in both days. However, we're kind of doing a special for Wartburg students where if you guys come after 9, it's free to get in.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
What events today? Obviously, the event starts today.
Yep.
What can people look forward to this evening?
Today's the tapping of the keg, which is going to be a nice, fun event. We're going to have some bands playing, big headliners. Jim Busta is a great group that we like to have around, and then yeah, they're going to play through for quite a while. The nice thing is too for different activities is we've got some beer pong tables. As well as we'll have the Hammerschlagen set up, so that way you can come and enjoy your time there.
And obviously, tomorrow is going to be the full day. It'll be going on for a bit longer. What can people look forward to for Saturday?
Yeah, so 11 o'clock we start off with a bags tournament, so you can still come and register or register online, Facebook or the website. And so we'll play out there. Winners get a payout if you're lucky enough to do that. So if you think your skills are good, we're good. 2:30, we're going to start the Hammerschlagen competition. That's where you stand in a circle around a big log, hammering some nails, and whoever gets that nail flush first wins. And then 5 o'clock is my favorite, and that's the Stein hoisting competition, and that's where you hold out a Stein for as long as you can. So.
Well, a lot of exciting things happening both tonight and tomorrow, but one of the exciting things is the Eisenachers. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, so they're a local group, a great group of people. They're going to come around and kind of play some polka music for us. They're going to be playing both Friday and Saturday, so we get to experience them a couple times. And yeah, just a great group of local individuals who are we're glad to have around to play for us. So.
Then, obviously, this is a family event. So what can the kids look forward to when they arrive?
Yeah, so we've got a lot of kids' activities. The nice things are like the big bounce houses that we're going to have. We're going to have a couple kind of carnival-style games, so that way kids can win some prizes and things like that, grab a duck or something like that. But yeah, bounce houses, there will be lots of food, great food, and you know, time for the kids to run around.
And obviously the event, with it going on the whole weekend, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Can you tell us, in your opinion, what people should be most excited about?
Oh, I mean, the headliners, Pop Rocks, Saturday night is going to be a great group to see. Again, my favorite's the Stein hoisting, so that's right at 5 o'clock, right around time to eat and sit down. And if you want to participate, you know, sign up. But otherwise, you can watch all these macho men and women trying to show their strength. So.
Well, thank you very much for joining me this morning, Andrew. If you would like to do that, you can stop by the Waverly Oktoberfest starting at 6 p.m. tonight. We'll be right back after this short break.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
New York City will soon be home to the biggest Chick-fil-A restaurant in the world. The fast food chain revealed details behind their third New York City location Monday. The new restaurant was slated to be more than 12,000 square feet and has 5 levels. It also includes floor-to-ceiling windows and rooftop seating with views of Freedom Tower. Though the new location will be tall, it will also be tight. The restaurant will only be 15 feet wide. Still, it will seat over 140 guests. The doors are expected to open early next year.
Construction on Bream Avenue continues to affect Waverly.
Elegant Dent is the recipient of a $10,000 scholarship.
Riley Brockway's football success continues.
So, thank you for watching Cedar Valley today.
Looking forward to this weekend. Make sure you go out to the Waverly Oktoberfest, get yourself some fun, take your family along with you, and if you've got spare time tomorrow afternoon, make sure you go over to Kinnick Stadium to watch Iowa take on number 4 ranked Penn State.
Should be a good game down in Iowa City this weekend. Last time a top 5 team ended up in Iowa City for a game at Kinnick Stadium, it was number 2 Michigan last season, and all Hawkeye fans remember how that game ended with a game-winning field goal.
Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for more Cedar Valley Today. Have a great day, Cedar Valley.